You are taking vitamin D every single day, hoping to boost your immunity and strengthen your bones. But what if I told you that by taking that pill alone, you might actually be accelerating the aging of your arteries and draining your body's energy reserves? Most people don't realize that vitamin D is useless. Actually, it is biologically inert until it is activated. And that activation process has a cost that your body pays in magnesium. If you have been feeling tired, anxious, or suffering from heart palpitations despite your healthy routine, you are likely falling victim to the vitamin D paradox. Today, we are not just talking about supplements. We are going deep into the biochemistry that your doctor probably didn't have time to explain. I am going to show you exactly how vitamin D steals magnesium to work, why this imbalance leads to dangerous calcium deposits in your soft tissues, and exactly how to fix the ratio to turn your body into a healing machine. We need to start with the mechanism. When you swallow that vitamin D capsule, or even when you get sunlight on your skin, you are not getting the active hormone your body needs. You are getting a precursor. It is raw material. To become useful, it has to go through a two-step transformation, first in the liver, then in the kidneys.
Here is the secret. Every single step of that transformation requires magnesium. Magnesium is the ignition key. Without it, the engine doesn't start.
Think of vitamin D as a high-performance car parked in your driveway. It looks great, it has potential, but magnesium is the fuel. If you have the car but no fuel, you go nowhere. But it gets worse. When you flood your body with high doses of vitamin D, your body desperately tries to process it. It starts scavenging every molecule of magnesium it can find from your muscles, your bones, and your brain just to process that vitamin. This creates a functional magnesium deficiency. You might have had okay levels before, but now, because of the supplement meant to help you, you are in a deficit. And the symptoms of this induced deficiency? They look exactly like the things you were trying to cure: insomnia, jitters, muscle cramps, and fatigue. But the immediate side effects are just the tip of the iceberg. The real danger, the one that should scare you, is what happens to calcium. Vitamin D's main job is to help you absorb calcium from your food. It opens the floodgates in your intestines. Calcium pours into your bloodstream. This is good, right? Not necessarily. Once that calcium is in your blood, it needs a guide. It needs to be told where to go. It should go to your bones and teeth. However, the protein that guides calcium into the bones, osteocalcin, and the protein that keeps calcium out of your arteries, matrix GLA protein, are both dependent on, you guessed it, magnesium and vitamin K2. Without sufficient magnesium to activate these proteins, that flood of calcium doesn't know where to go. So it settles. It settles in your joints, causing stiffness. It settles in your kidneys, forming stones. And most dangerously, it settles in your arteries, leading to calcification. This is why some studies showed conflicting results on vitamin D and heart health, because they ignored the magnesium cofactor. Let's look at the enzymatic betrayal. Inside your liver, the enzyme CYP2R1 converts vitamin D into calcidiol. This enzyme is magnesium dependent. If you are low on magnesium, this conversion slows down. You go to the doctor, they test your blood, and they say, hey, your vitamin D levels are still low. Take a higher dose. So you take a higher dose. This puts even more pressure on your already depleted magnesium reserves. It is a vicious cycle. You are taking more, absorbing less, and feeling worse.
Now I want to share a case study. A client of mine, let's call him Mark. Mark was taking 10,000 IUs of vitamin D daily for his immune system. After 3 months, he developed heart palpitations and severe eyelid twitching. He thought he was having a heart issue. He went to a cardiologist. Everything looked normal structurally.
We looked at his protocol. He was taking 0 magnesium. We didn't even stop the vitamin D. We just introduced 400 milligrams of magnesium glycinate. Within 48 hours, the twitching stopped. Within a week, the palpitations were gone. His body finally had the fuel to handle the vitamin D.
So, how do you fix this? You need to understand the ratio and the form. Not all magnesium is created equal. If you go to the pharmacy and buy magnesium oxide, you are essentially eating chalk. The absorption rate is roughly 4%. It will give you diarrhea and do nothing for your vitamin D activation. You need chelated forms. For this specific synergy with vitamin D, I recommend magnesium glycinate or magnesium malate. Glycinate is fantastic for sleep and relaxation, while malate is great for energy. The golden ratio, generally suggested by functional medicine experts, is roughly 100 milligrams of elemental magnesium for every 1,000 to 2,000 IU of vitamin D3. But remember, most people are starting with a magnesium deficit, so you might need to load magnesium first. I want you to try a mental exercise with me right now. Close your eyes for a second. Imagine your bloodstream. Imagine the calcium flowing smoothly, being directed like a precision laser into your bones, making them dense and strong. Imagine your arteries staying flexible and soft, pulsing with every heartbeat, free of plaque. Feel your energy level stabilizing because your enzymatic reactions are finally working at 100% efficiency. That is what happens when you pair these two nutrients correctly.
There is also a third player in this game that we cannot ignore, vitamin K2. While magnesium activates the vitamin D, K2 acts as the traffic cop for calcium. The triad of health is vitamin D3, magnesium, and K2.
If you are currently taking vitamin D, go to your cabinet right now. Check the bottle. Does it have K2? Are you taking a separate magnesium supplement? If the answer is no, you are doing half the job and taking double the risk. Start slowly. If you have never taken magnesium, start with 200 milligrams at dinner. See how you sleep. Then gradually titrate up until you reach bowel tolerance or the recommended daily allowance, which is around 400 milligrams for most adults. Don't let a simple nutritional error compromise your long-term health. The body works in systems, not in isolation. When you respect the biochemistry, the body heals itself. If you found this breakdown helpful, I need you to do something for your health right now. Don't just watch this video and forget it. Commit to fixing your ratio. And if you want to know exactly which foods are highest in this critical mineral, so you don't have to rely entirely on pills, you need to watch the next video, where I break down the top 7 magnesium-rich foods that actually taste good. Click here to watch that now, and I will see you there.